Welcome to Intakes on Tech, episode 3, and today we'll be talking about MWC 2017. So if you don't know what MWC is all about, it's Mobile World Congress, where all major mobile device manufacturers come together to show off their new stuff, new innovations and new technologies that they think would really be suitable for the market. And all major phone manufacturers, except for Samsung this year, launched their brand new devices for 2017, early in the year so that they can push their devices throughout the year as they release updates and stuff like that all throughout the year. So let's get to it. So first off the line is the LG G6. Now this is one of the most anticipated phones of this year because there's so much hype around it. LG always does a really good job at hyping their products. And the device is actually pretty solid. Now, to start off with, the screen is an 18:9 aspect ratio display, which means it's kind of like two squares in one. It's a 2:1 aspect ratio, which is actually really interesting. What LG has done with the user interface is that they've turned it into more of two squares on either side of the screen, which makes it a very interesting appeal. Also, there's a Snapdragon 821 which powers the Google Pixel. It's still a very good chipset, not the best and latest from Qualcomm, but it is actually a really good chipset. 4 gigabytes of RAM, 2K display, two 13 megapixel cameras, one wide angle, the other one is a normal angle lens that puts 71 degrees. You also have a fingerprint sensor at the back, pretty custom, pretty something you're used to now with LG and Huawei. You also have a 3300 mAh battery, which is pretty good. It will give you about an all-day battery life, depending on your usage. You don't always kill your battery when you're playing games and YouTube, so don't expect much of it if you're a heavy user. But you can expect the best of it in terms of quick charge, 3.0. You can top off pretty fast, about 50% or 60 in 30 minutes, which is actually pretty good. Next is the BlackBerry KeyOne, which is actually BlackBerry's new effort with Chinese manufacturer TCL to make BlackBerry devices. Now this is really interesting because this is the first BlackBerry device we've seen in a while which is actually like a full normal hardware keyboard since the BlackBerry Passport. Now the BlackBerry Priv was a really good device, really interesting, and one of the coolest devices BlackBerry has ever made, but it was poorly implemented, therefore people didn't really pick up the device. But this is actually a really interesting device. The pricing will be about 54k in Kenyan shillings, which is also pretty steep. It's not exactly the cheapest device that you'll ever buy, but it also means that you get a really premium hardware. TCL might be a Chinese manufacturing company, but still, they make a really good job. The Alcatel devices, Idol 4, Idol 4S, and that series of their phones is actually really well made, and it's good that BlackBerry actually chose to use them as their manufacturer. The device is actually a really nice device, 4.5-inch screen, 1:1 aspect ratio, and you have the hardware keyboard which also acts as your trackpad and has a fingerprint sensor on the spacebar, which is actually really nice. I'd love to try it out. It has a 12 megapixel camera, the same one on the Google Pixel, which we really hope will be really good. I believe 8 megapixel front facing camera, which will be good for your selfies, and basically that's it. BlackBerry is really hoping that this pushes it out to power users. Has a really big battery, by the way, 3500 milliamp hours, actually 3505 milliamp hours. Very good, probably give you full day battery life without actually costing you much. So Sony this year is pushing out brand new devices. With a couple of them are going to won some really cool awards for being among the first in the market to actually push new technology. For example, the XZ Premium, which is their flagship device for 2017, has a 4K HDR display, which is mind-blowing. I hope to see it very soon and actually get some 4K goodness in my eyes. But until then, we only have the specs for now: a Snapdragon 835, 4 gigabytes of RAM, pretty sizable battery, a 19 megapixel motion eye sensor, which means you're able to record 960 frames per second slow motion video, which is crazy. I promise you, if you haven't played slow motion video before on iPhones or on other devices, I suggest that you really try. It's a really amazing system. We also have the XA, XA1 actually, the XZS and the XA1 Ultra, which is basically a blown up version of the XA1. The XZS is actually last year's phone with a new camera, just in reality. So it's still a Snapdragon 820 along with 4GB of RAM and a really nice 19 megapixel camera, motion eye camera from Sony. So Motorola announced their brand new devices, actually Lenovo, now that Lenovo owns Motorola. They announced the G5 and G5 Plus. Now I'll talk about the G5 Plus because it's something that you would actually consider more than the G5 itself. The G5 Plus has a 5.5-inch display, a nice fingerprint sensor at the front. You have a 12 megapixel camera, dual pixel, which is the same sensor on the S7, which is pretty good. You also get a really nice Snapdragon 625 processor, which is a very nice balance between power and battery life. A really good processor, about 3 gigabytes of RAM, and as usual a really nice beefy 3000 mAh battery. Next up is Huawei. Huawei, the Chinese manufacturer, announced the P10 and P10 Plus. Now these are their new flagships for 2017. They build upon what they did last year with the P9 and P9 Plus. These devices have the dual camera setup from Leica, co-engineered with Leica, as they say. We're yet to see their camera beat the best cameras on the market, which is the iPhone 7 and the S7 and the Google Pixel, but they're generally pretty good cameras. One sensor is a monochrome sensor, meaning it captures only black and white, and the other sensor captures color, which is really nice. They use the data from both sensors to create a really crispy shot. I haven't tried it yet, but I should try it and then give you feedback on how it is. For the P10 is an amazing device. Builds upon what has been done before with the cameras and with the hardware, and it's really amazing. They did a very nice finish on their devices that actually allows it to be a little more grippy and not too slippery in the hand. Very nice coated finish, actually feels more refined, would feel more refined than most devices, unless you hold glass a lot. That's a bit different. But if it's a metal finish, this is among the best that you'll ever have. Huawei have actually made a name for themselves for quality hardware, thus having a lot of collaborations with Google on the Huawei 6P and quite a few other projects that they work with the manufacturers. So they're a really good device maker, and I expect the P10 to be actually pretty popular in Kenya. With Huawei doing a lot of marketing for their devices in Kenya, they're really pushing it. And I actually should try out GR5 by now. I should try GR5. They're actually really good devices. So the Huawei will be running Android 7.0 with EMUI 5.1. I'm yet even to play with EMUI pretty much, so I should, and give you the feedback on what's my opinion on what Huawei has been doing with their software. Next up, the Samsung Tab S3, a brand new tablet from Samsung. Replaces Tab S2. Nothing too exciting about it. It's just a tablet, really. The tablet market now is pretty much, like people don't ask where's the new tablet. No one really cares. But in light of that, Samsung actually released their brand new Galaxy Book line, which is actually a very interesting approach to tablets, with most of them actually moving to the Windows side of things. So Windows 10, these are tablets running Windows 10, full Windows 10. You can install Photoshop and everything that you want. Actually run i5 processors, really nice, well cooled, pretty powerful, basically tablets, stroke laptops, 2-in-1s. They come in a 10-inch and 12-inch configuration. The 10-inch configuration is just an LCD display, while on 12-inch it's actually an AMOLED display. Finally is Nokia. Nokia announced several devices during MWC. The Nokia 6, which was launched earlier in the year, Nokia 5 and the Nokia 3, all running stock Android. Really good devices. Really hope to see more of them in Africa. A lot of us are fans, so good thing they'll be around soon. On top of that, there's a 3310, or at least something that should look like a 3310 but doesn't look like a 3310. I don't know what it is. It's just a nice colored feature phone from Nokia, and I wouldn't mind having it. It's pretty fun, and playing Snake is still something I love to do. If you don't know, I just love Snake. Snake is a simple, addictive game. It's really addictive. If you haven't played it, you should play Snake again. That means you're too young also to be watching this video. I don't know. Yeah, that's a wrap for MWC. I'm glad that you watched this video. I will be posting another video throughout in the next part of the week, talking about 5G and all the announcements made around 5G. 5G is big. It's gonna be really big in the next couple of years, with Nokia participating in the manufacturing of hardware and solutions that are based on 5G. Same thing with Samsung, same thing with quite a few electronics manufacturing companies. Apple is also very interested in 5G. 5G is the future. 1 gigabit per second speeds, minimum of 100 Mbps. That is big. So there's a lot of conversation around 5G, and I'll fill you in on it very soon. So if you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, as if you haven't already, that is. And I'll see you next time. Peace.